My name is Bowden. I'm the Co-Chief Executive Officer of People with Disability Australia. Our main office is just there beside the train station. Successive governments have made an investment in people with disability and their representative organisations like People with Disability Australia. New South Wales governments since 1981 have funded us to provide people with disability in New South Wales with a voice of our own. Other representative organisations that of and for people with disability in New South Wales include the First Peoples Disability Network, the Physical Disability Council of New South Wales, Blind Citizens New South Wales, the Deaf Society of New South Wales, and the Multicultural Disability Advocacy Association of New South Wales. All of our groups are doing vital work. The funding to our groups recognises the importance of people with disability coming together, making our voices heard and fighting to make life better for people with disability in New South Wales. In the case of People with Disability Australia and many others in the New South Wales Disability Advocacy Alliance, this investment has recognised the importance and centrality of the voices of people with disability by funding disabled people's organisations. Organisations, like I said, are of and for people with disability. While our voices will never be silenced, the cuts by the New South Wales Government mean that our efforts to remove the barriers that exist for people with disability to participate in our communities, make life better, fairer and more decent for people with disability will be seriously affected.
That's very serious.
Without representative organisations like People with Disability Australia, the government will not systematically hear the opinions and priorities of people with disability when it comes to issues like public transport, education, housing, justice, employment, health, mental health, violence prevention and response, emergency services, child safety, domestic violence, sexual assault, utilities, veterans, sport, arts, cultural programs, tourism and major events. We provide expert advice on all of these issues. Our work to improve the accessibility of transport in New South Wales, like the station 2 blocks up the road in Redfern, or buses and taxis in regional areas, will no longer be heard. PWDA is also been funded by the New South Wales Government to provide specific advocacy support to people with disability in closed and segregated environments. Since 2002, we've been funded to provide advocacy support to people across New South Wales living in assisted boarding houses. The New South Wales Government issues licences to small businesses who provide housing and disability support to people with disability in those boarding houses. Successive New South Wales governments have long appreciated that this form of housing creates vulnerabilities for the people with disability who live in that sector. To reduce the impact of those vulnerabilities, governments have funded PWDA to make regular visits to all boarding houses across New South Wales and develop a vital lifeline to the outside world. PWDA has assisted people to access the support of the police, domestic violence services, financial services, education and employment, and help people to transition to the National Disability Insurance Scheme and reconnect with family members after many years of isolation. We provide residents with training on their human, consumer and tenancy rights. This vulnerability doesn't disappear due to the existence of the NDIS. It doesn't magically disappear on the 1st of July 2018.
It's even more needed, right?
It is, absolutely. This decision that has been made without thinking through the impacts on people with disability will mean that we lose a very significant amount of our overall funding. For PWDA, that's over $750,000 a year. We started in 1981, coming together as people with disability, fighting to make life better, fairer and more decent. The New South Wales Government has a duty to serve all citizens, and it's important that we continue to have this voice. Without this voice, we would still be living in institutions, we would still be unable to access trains and buses, we'd still be unable to work, we'd still be unable to have our complaints of discrimination heard, and we would still be unable to be included as citizens of New South Wales. We urge the New South Wales Government to rethink its decision to stop funding representative groups of and for people with disability and disability advocacy groups in New South Wales. That's why we're asking all New South Wales to stand by us to make sure that the voices of people with disability, our voices, are heard. Thank you.
Hooray!